Good evening, everyone. Welcome to DREAM11. So, CapSavvy, Cap70 and Entrepreneur Excel is very happy to welcome all of you. It is going to be a very intense learning session for all of us because we are going to get some wonderful tips from our investors.
Welcome everybody to the Cap70 Sharks in association with DREAM11 event. This gathering is a celebration of creativity and entrepreneurship where brilliant minds have come together today to share their groundbreaking ideas. So we'll start with Anil sir. So to begin with our event today, I'd like to call him upon the stage. With a huge round of applause, please let's welcome Anil Goyal sir to the stage.
So a very warm good afternoon. The Cap70 Shark event format is not just the fostering for investment, but also it's about creating an ecosystem where they can connect with potential investors and mentors and also industry experts.
So let's move towards our panel discussion. The topic for today is the dark side of entrepreneurship.
Our next panelist is Vinit Patil from Patil Kaki.
Welcome, Vineet. We are glad to have you. From just a couple months back, you were on the stage pitching. Now you're on the stage on the panel. Please welcome. Next up, we have Mr. Rajnikant Patel. Welcome.
Yeah, so our next panelist is Amit Kumar. Welcome.
Okay, so the next panelist we have, please give a round of applause to Miss Namrata Thakkam, ma'am.
Mr. P. Krishnamurthy is also here with us today, a seasoned professional on our panel. Please, sir, join us on stage. He's actively engaging in the private equity sector and venture investing space with an impressive track record spanning over 40 years. We'll have to go for that round of applause again because I am yet to introduce Mr. Agnilo Rajesh. He's a dynamic presence on our panel. He's a first-generation self-made entrepreneur. With a diverse legacy in various sectors, he's made a mark as a business leader. Welcome, everybody. We are excited to have you on our panel today.
So, today's topic being dark side of entrepreneurship. So, friends, we all know that successful people have failed more times than even the failures have or losers have ever tried. Over to you, Vineet.
Going ahead directly with the fundraise, I think, fundraise is one of the part that you have to have as a journey of a startup, right? One thing that I learned from Rajesh during the whole conversation and the engagement that we had after this, right? Dark side is always there until and unless you don't know how to turn on the headlights of your car. If you can turn on the headlights of your car, there is some light in front of you and you'll always be able to move forward. Being stagnant is up to you. Being stagnant is your mistake. It's about you turning on your headlights.
Startup and investor, both the communities over here, and both of us are there. Both of us have a view. Expectation management is the way forward, and it requires the first. It is not the idea. Of course, without idea, you can't have a startup. But it is the implementation, expectation, execution, and ground reality. Unless that is there, there is a whole lot of question marks.
Out of the 123 odd startups, only 16 have failed, which means that we have a decent track record of curating startups. But the dark side is always going to be there. So if 16 have failed, something has gone wrong somewhere. It's very clear. So entrepreneurship is a tough journey. You know, Rajesh on my left is obviously, we will validate that fact, and it also becomes very lonely. That is also a dark side of entrepreneurship.
But Rajesh, have you experienced dark side? Have you experienced failure?
Slow success is also failure to a great extent. You don't have to fail to experience failure. I think entrepreneurship is all about perception management, and as entrepreneurs, we all need to be very good HR managers. Unfortunately, what happens is a lot of startups look out for shareholders' money to experiment their thoughts. Many a times they go right, sometimes they fail. The dark side of my kind of investment is I am a speed guy. I love to do, for me, day before yesterday is late. So lots of time my perception about the entrepreneurs go a little haywire when they can't match up to the speed. So I think organizations like CapSavvy are mandatory. So they filtered the right company and brought it in front of us.
Over to Mr. Krishnamurthy. What do you say about the dark side of entrepreneurship?
Three things. One is I'm a strong believer in a clear strategic understanding of your business. When you talk to the investor, what does he want to know? That you have an idea, you have the capacity to deliver that idea, and you have the team that goes with it. You mentioned about HR, it's very critical. The reason I'm mentioning this is a different dimension to when you look at startup. I think I entirely endorse what Rajesh says. Startup is a great time, but look for the right team. Also look for some very good mentors. Absorb the view, create a base, prepare for downsides, but always work positively. And one thing I would say, have patience. Not patience to test his patience, but patience to build the business.
SOPs are a must. Like without SOPs, nothing can happen. Like your procedures cannot keep changing every day.
The way you look at your business, the way you look at your presentation of business and interaction with the industry and your vendors and your client, governance has to be the key.
I mean, we have built an admin panel at the back end. Like if now my partner is sitting in Europe holidaying, that does not mean the email wouldn't come. It just comes automatically because everything is scheduled.
There are multiple companies. Every company of mine uses some tool or the other. Suppose if I want to run a advertising campaign, I don't try to hire the people within the organization. I try to get the best agency on board. Now, the advantage of having an agency on board is it might cost you 2 to 3 times of an employee that you would have kept on a salaried basis. But the advantage is the agency will give you 10x productivity than what your employees would have given. The more I want to keep it within my organization, the more my responsibility multiplies. So always select vendors or always select people or agencies who are either bigger than you and better than you, but making your product or service much better for your ultimate customer base. And agar aap disha badloge to dasha badalti hai. You just need to think in the right way.
Even if a couple of companies shut down, the investor does not get bogged down at all. Because if the investor is getting bogged down, then he should not become an investor at all anyways. You know, they may wait for 3 years, 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, 10 years. They have the wherewithal to wait till whatever time. And trust me, my investment philosophy, I've invested in 26 startups personally. I have in my mind written off all 26. So kal ko aa gaya, to bonus hai life mein.
As the startups have already been briefed, your pitch deck will be going live on the projector. You all will have 10 minutes to pitch. I will just give you a soft nudge at the 8-minute mark that you have to wrap up your pitch because you just have 2 minutes remaining. Post which, we will ask the investors to have any question or answers to be asked. Thank you, Falguni, for the placards.
Let's turn our attention to the thriving limb of India's jewelry sector, often refers to as the Sone ki Chidiya or the golden bird. Mr. Rupak Garg is a gemologist and entrepreneur with 2 decades of experience and a proud graduate of IIM Calcutta.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for allowing me this opportunity to present to you fine people over here. Coming down to the retailers, now we have eradicated the entire concept of minimum order quantity. Leave 15 lakh rupees, be it 15,000 rupees. He can choose designs from various manufacturers, not just choose, but he will also be able to customize those designs according to the local needs and preferences. So I'm open to any questions, just in case if you have any.
Your technology is fully operational.
Yes, sir.
Integrated with logistics partners and payment gateways.
Everything. Payment gateways, sir, we have not taken up, although we are still in consideration with HDFC Bank. We are just trying to reduce the charges because at given points...
Without payment gateway, how do you charge your client?
We do give them our net banking details.
Pardon me?
We do give them our banking details, But yes, we shall be integrating the payment gateway and everything by the end of this month, because we have recently launched the new mobile application with more integrated features on 30th of September itself.
Thank you for all the questions. Unfortunately, we'll have to cut short this here. If there are any other questions, Rupak sir, please share your cards with everybody and they'll surely get in touch. I would just like to call Anil sir to just give a small memento to Rupak sir. Just a small memento to facilitate you for being here today. Sir. Can we just have a huge round of applause for sir?
So, ladies and gentlemen, so our next startup is a Video Max. So, a venture founded by the Mr. Shiv Kumar and Ramesh Kumar. Please welcome.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for the introduction. So, since we both are here, I would take you through the pitch deck and question and answers. We both would share across to take it further. So, good evening, friends. I'm Ramesh Kumar, the part of the founding team taking care of the finance. E-commerce, as such, is assumed to be at least a $300 billion market in India by 2030, of which video commerce is going to be $72 billion market. That is where we are trying to enter into. And in video commerce, there are multiple ways of video commerce which can happen. That is short video format, long video format. We are in the long video format, and for now there is no competition. We foresee competition to happen in months to come at least. So coming to the funding ask, we have a funding ask of 1 million, of which there are already interested investors from South which can cater to the half of the funding requirement as seed round.
Hi Ramesh. Good evening Ramesh. Ramesh here. Yes, Shiva.
Yes, sir.
Shiva, what is your revenue driver? Where from you will be earning your money?
Generating the revenue from the brand. Product is B2B2C kind of product. Brand exchange is B2B platform. Product discovery engine is a B2C platform.
So I think there is a lot of gap between what the concept is and what we have understanding.
Okay, please.
So I think if you can send us a pitch deck.
Sure.
Primarily, I would be interested in this because I've got a lot of B2C companies in which I have my investments, where my customer acquisition is my criteria. So you send me the pitch deck. Primarily, we are happy with this. Production houses in Mumbai, Bollywood and all that is not a problem for me.
Okay.
I can get you connected very comfortably.
We are onboarding the brands back to back. That's a process.
Yeah.
No, sir. Just you have to scan that QR code, that poster itself, because his producer is part of the game. Theater is part of the game.
Okay, got it.
They'll communicate that audience.
On the poster, I'll get a QR card where all the products will be visible.
Even that before PVR starts, they can communicate their audience saying that because they are getting every sales, they are getting the conversions. I mean, revenue share.
Now I got it.
Can we just have a huge round of applause for our pitchers here?
Ladies and gentlemen, our attention now turns to FileShare, a game-changing solution in the intricate landscape of business operations. Navigating the complexities of compliance and meeting obligations in a timely manner is no small feat. The burden of managing crucial deadlines, diverse compliances, and the intricate segmentation of company data can often pose formidable challenges. In response to these challenges, we introduce FileShare.
Hello, I'm Tushar Mohite. I'm a chartered accountant by profession and a programmer by passion. So FileShare is actually a 3 platform in itself: search, connect, and research. So I'll take you through everything one by one. Now you must be wondering that why is such? Like if somebody wants to start a private limited company, he's actually taking in so much effort to do that. Then why is he really letting the company go non-compliant? And that's our ask. 25 lakhs on a safe note, and we'll be giving 25% discount on the prize round that happens. Open for questions.
25 lakhs for how much? Dilution?
So currently, since we are pre-revenue, we are just onboarding the partnership. It will take another month, so we can't value the company right now. So we'll be raising 25 lakhs on a safe agreement, and whenever the next prize round happens, we are planning it within a 6 to 8 months time. There on that round, you get 25% discount. So we'll have that round when 10 lakhs MRR is raised. So most probably the valuation would be around 8 crores.
No. Tushar, 2 words of advice. Don't take it otherwise. Number 1, when you are approaching any potential investor, never ever give the negatives of your competitors.
So my point of showing the competitors was not to degrade them, but to show that why even after raising so many funding, and there is a market, there is a sales that they are doing. When they are doing 200 crores of sales, there is a market and they're trying to help them, but they are not able to cover the cost because they have huge teams where they are paying the salaries, and that's how doing the research. But we are trying to come up with a model where we can avoid that.
In the beginning, when I was introducing the panel, I thought I'll make a list of all the insights so I can highlight it later. But everything was so important. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It was great having all of you all. I'll not pull my closing remarks. Thank you very much, and please have a great day and a great weekend.